Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where the lowest scorers are the biggest winners. Let's meet today's players. Julius and Goes, welcome back. You were on the show last time. We gave everyone 2 chances to reach our final, and today is your last chance. Remind us how you two know each other.
Met Julius at university 17 years ago. He was a struggling student. I lent him £1. He changed his life. What a difference.
What did you do with £1, Julius?
I still owe it.
Remind us how you did last time.
We did OK, it's just that everyone else did really well, so...
Yeah, that was a low-scoring round.
Very low.
Better luck this time.
Thank you.
I have every faith that you'll do very well this afternoon. Caroline and Simon G, welcome back. You were on the show last time. I'm calling you Simon G. Well, I don't know. See if you can work out why I'm calling him Simon G. Remind us how you two know each other.
We worked together at a radio station called Hearts in Wiltshire, and we met over a bowl of cornflakes.
Breakfast show, I'm guessing.
Yes, it is a breakfast show, yeah.
God, I'm good. OK, welcome, Simon R. and Craig. Now you see. How do you two know each other?
And we've been friends for 2 years through football, and then we've been together for about 10 months.
Where have you come from?
I'm from Rotherham and Craig's from Barnsley, but we're at university in Manchester.
Very best of luck to you this afternoon. And finally, we've got Matthew and Rob. How do you two know each other?
We met at a charity quiz event where we were on opposing sides, and it went to a tiebreaker, and Rob and I had to stand back-to-back for the last question, which I got right, but we've remained friends.
You've remained friends, and a formidable team you now make.
We certainly do.
Devastating. Best of luck this afternoon. Well, we'll find out more about all of you throughout the show, but it'd be quite wrong of me to go any further without introducing the man with all the facts and figures. He knows everything. He is my pointless friend. He is Richard. Well, Richard, the top of the afternoon to you.
And a very good afternoon to you as well. It should be a good afternoon, I think. We've got a couple of cracking returning pairs. Julius and Goes were very, very good last time, very unlucky. Simon and Caroline, we didn't see quite enough of you, did we, to make a judgment. As you know, I always try and predict who's going to win. I have to say, usually I pick a returning couple, but Matthew and Rob have this sort of air of determination. I think you wouldn't want to meet them in a fight or a quiz. It's my opinion. I'm going to go for Matthew and Rob to win this one.
Yeah, good luck with that, Matthew and Rob. We've asked every question on Pointless to 100 people before the show. To stay in the game, all our players have to do is score as few points as they can, and they do that by searching out those obscure answers that as few of our 100 people gave as possible. Now, the thing everyone's trying to do, of course, is find a pointless answer. That's an answer none of our 100 people gave, and every time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, listen to this. The jackpot hasn't been won for the last 6 shows. We add another £1,000 to it, so today's jackpot starts off at £11,750. An enormous sum of money. OK, let's play Pointless. Now, in the first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever team has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, and you have to be very careful, because if anyone gives me an incorrect answer, then this will happen. And you will score the maximum 100 points. OK, our first category this afternoon is Europe. Europe. Now, can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first and who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many landlocked countries of Europe as they could. Landlocked countries of Europe. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any country that is wholly or partly in Europe that doesn't have a coastline on any sea or ocean. There are 14 landlocked countries in Europe. And by countries, as always, we mean members of the UN that are sovereign states.
OK, thank you very much, Richard. Right, Julius and Goes, you all drew lots before the show, and today you get to go first. Oh, Goes, that's tricky, isn't it?
I think so.
Landlocked countries? I don't know where I'd start.
Landlocked countries. OK. Poland.
Goes has thought and then has said Poland. Let's see if that's a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Poland. bad luck. Unfortunately, Poland is a wrong answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. Richard, Poland.
Yeah, I'm afraid Poland has some Baltic coastline up at the top. Sorry about that.
Oh, this might be quite a high-scoring round, I have a feeling. Simon G is going to prove me wrong, though.
I'm not sure I am.
Really?
But I'm going to say the Czech Republic.
OK, you are hoping to score as few points as possible with this answer. Let's see how many people said the Czech Republic. It's good. A creditable answer there, Simon G. Czech Republic scores you 12. OK, Craig.
I'm stuck between two, and I'm going to go for Switzerland.
I think that's a landlocked country. Let's see how many of our 100 people thought likewise. Well, it's right. A concerned applause there from Simon R. That scores you 38, not a bad score. Switzerland, Richard.
Yep, they've got a terrible beach volleyball team, landlocked country, bordered by 5 different countries.
Thanks very much, Richard. And finally, we come to Rob. How good is your geography?
Quite good. Yeah, I think that's probably one of the stronger subjects, yeah.
Good.
OK, I'm going to go for Andorra.
Let's see how many people said Andorra. Yep, down it goes. Down it goes. And scores you 9. They're very well informed, these 100 people, aren't they, Richard?
Yeah, they are indeed. Well, 9 of them are, certainly. The other 91, I don't know so much. Yeah, Andorra, very good answer, tucked between Spain and France.
Well, we're halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scoreboard. Look at that. There's a tail. Julius and Goes, bad luck. 100 points there. Julius is going to have a job on his hands, obviously try and keep the score down on the next pass. Matthew and Rob, fantastic answer there. Andorra scores you 9, lovely and low. Matthew, if you can keep up that low scoring on the next pass, then you should be definitely in the next round. Right, we're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, remember, we are looking for landlocked countries of Europe. Matthew, Rob gave us a good answer there, didn't he?
Yes, I've got an act to follow there. I'm going to go for FYR Macedonia.
OK, the high scorers obviously are Julius and Goes on 100. You have to score 90 or less with FYR Macedonia. There is your red line. If you come below that red line, you are through to the next round. Simple as that. Let's see how many people said FYR Macedonia. It's good, and you're through. Down it goes. Oh! A great answer there, Matthew. FYR Macedonia scores you 1, so nearly a pointless answer, and takes you just into double figures with your total. You have a total of 10. Richard?
Yeah, very, very well played by Matthew and Rob. FYR Macedonia scores you 1 point. Very good. Very, very good. You know what FYR stands for?
Well, FYI, no, I don't.
It stands for Former Yugoslav Republic.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
No, thank you. Simon R. Simon R. The high scorers are still Julius and Goes on 100. You need to score merely 61 with this to ensure yourselves a place in the next round.
I'm really struggling. I'm going to have to actually take a guess. I'm going to go for Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Yeah.
You only have to score 61 with Lithuania. There is your red line. If it is correct, and it goes below that red line, you are through to the next round. Let's see if it is correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Lithuania. Oh, bad luck, Simon. I'm afraid Lithuania is incorrect, which means you score the maximum of 100 points. That takes your total up to 138.
Yeah, I'm afraid the same problem as we had with Goes. Lithuania is on the Baltic.
OK, Caroline. Didn't Simon do well?
He did really, really
He did
well.
really, really well.
This is my worst subject. I
Is
could
it?
not stand my geography teacher at school, so I just completely switched off. So I'm going to go for a country that I've been to twice.
Okay.
I can never remember, but hey-ho, I don't think I can lose by the scores anyway, even if it is
Well, this is true.
Yes,
This
so I
is
think I'm
true.
doing okay. So I'm going to go for Belgium. Sorry, I was going to change my mind and get Belgium. Yeah.
Okay, that's what Caroline is saying.
Belgium.
Taken in 2 chunks. Let's see if Belgium is correct, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Belgium. You've been there twice.
Oh, is it? Has it really got water?
By ferry.
Did you by ferry ever? Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Thanks.
Well, I can tell you that Belgium, I'm afraid, is a wrong answer. You should go there again. That scores you the maximum of 100 points. Next time you travel, maybe don't go to the bar before you... Right. So, Julius, you've been thrown a lifeline here.
Yes.
Not by just Simon R., but also by Caroline.
Thanks, guys.
The high scorers are Simon and Craig on 138. You have to score 37 or less with this. I mean, you've got a hill to climb here.
Yeah.
How good's your geography?
It's not too bad. I've got a little globe at home, and I look at it sometimes.
Do you want to lend it to Caroline? Okay. Because, hey, the blue bits, C.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Right, Julius.
Yeah.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to go with Warsaw.
Goes is pulling a face. Goes looks like he's just eaten a bite out of an unpeeled lemon.
Followed by an onion.
Followed by an onion. There's your red line.
I'm not going to get anywhere near it, am
I think that red line is look, let's look on that red line as a decoration, shall we? Okay, well, we'll put it to the test. Let's see how many people said Warsaw. Julius, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Warsaw is, I'm afraid, an incorrect answer, which means you score that maximum of 100 points. Bad luck, bad luck. Richard.
Where do we begin? Yeah, it's not a country.
No.
And it's not in a country that is landlocked either, as Goes found out. 'Cause,
You have quite literally capitalised on Goz's mistake in the first
Can I
pass.
ask, which actually sounded worse? Poland or Warsaw?
Warsaw. Don't worry about that.
I'm afraid that is the end of round 1, and the losing pair with the highest score is Julius and Goz. I'm so sorry, guys. But, you know, I'd say you've gone out in a blaze of glory. You know, what would you have loved to have come up?
I like my comedies. One of your shows is one of my favourites.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I have another go? Can we not give them another life? Can't we? Richard, what should they have said? What would have kept them in the game?
Well, there's only one pointless answer, actually, in the whole of Europe. Well done if you got this at home. It was, if we take a look, it was Armenia.
Thanks so much, Richard. Oh, Julius and Goz, I'm afraid you didn't have that pointless Europe knowledge you needed to make it through to the next round, so we have to say goodbye to you now. But such a shame. You've been brilliant contestants. It's been great having you on the show. Thanks so much for playing Pointless. For the remaining 3 pairs, though, it's now time for round 2. Now, obviously, only 2 pairs will make it through to the head-to-head, so one of our teams is going to be leaving disappointed at the end of this round. You just have to make sure it's not you. OK, the category for the second round is animated films. OK, can you decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And having decided, can the first players please step up to the podium? We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Toy Story characters as they could. Richard.
Yeah, the correct answers in this round are all named characters from the 1995 film Toy Story and/or its sequel, Toy Story 2.
OK, thank you very much. In round 2, we're going to give you a choice of 7 possible answers in each pass. I can tell you that at least one of those answers is pointless, but at least one of those answers is incorrect. So be very careful. An incorrect answer will score you the maximum of 100 points. OK, your first set of 7 answers are Mr. Potato Head, Action Man, Bo Peep, Tour Guide Barbie, Buzz Lightyear, Wheezy, and Sid. OK, so we are looking for Toy Story characters. Caroline?
I'm going to go for Wheezy.
You're going to go for Wheezy. Let's see how many people said Wheezy. Down it goes. It's
Upside down,
good.
upside down.
Oh, well done. Wheezy scores you 2 points. Richard, Wheezy.
Well, Wheezy's like a squeezy penguin. Yeah.
Very good. OK, Craig. Caroline's done you a favour there. She's taken one of the answers off the board that wasn't pointless. So the pointless is still lurking in there. There may be more than one pointless.
Seen the film a few times, and I think there's a green dinosaur called Sid in the film.
A green dinosaur called Sid. I hope you're right. There is at least one incorrect answer lurking in there as well. Let's see if Sid is right, and if it is, let's see how many people said it's Sid. Oh, it's good. Look at that! A fantastic answer there from Craig. That's pointless, and that adds £250 to today's jackpot. Takes the total up to £12,000. And best of all, that scores you nothing. Richard?
Well, it's a good answer, but Sid isn't the green dinosaur. Sid is the horrible boy from next door who sort of does unpleasant things to toys.
OK, now, Rob.
Well, Buzz Lightyear is the right answer, but it'll score very high. So I'll probably have to throw a little bit of caution to the wind, but not too much. And I'm going to go for Tour Guide Barbie.
You're going to go for Tour Guide Barbie. Let's see if that is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many points it scores you. Tour Guide Barbie. It's right. Very good. Very well done. That's pointless, and it adds another £250 to today's jackpot, taking the total up to our record total, £12,250. I should say joint record total. That's as high as our jackpot has yet been on the show. Is that right?
Yes, that's a joint highest we've ever had, yeah.
Very good. And another bit of good news, that scores you nothing. Brilliant. Richard?
Let's take a look at the rest of the board. Buzz Lightyear obviously is the right answer, but would have scored you 66. Mr. Potato Head, also a right answer. That would have got you 29. Of those last two, Alexander, which one of those wasn't
Well,
in
this is tricky, because Bo
Toy
Peep
Story?
is most definitely there.
Which only leaves us with one.
Most definitely some kind of action figurine is involved in a rescue attempt or some sort of...
But not Action Man. Yeah, so Action Man, to conclude, is an incorrect answer.
OK, we are halfway through the round, so let's take a look at the scores as they stand. Simon R. and Craig, Matthew and Rob, no points at all. Absolutely fantastic. Keep up that low scoring, and you might be OK. Caroline and Simon G., you are way out in front there on 2. So you are going to have to be careful, Simon G., on the next pass, and make sure you score as low as you can. OK, we're going to come back down the line now. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more answers on the board now. We are looking for Toy Story characters, and here are your next 7 possibilities. Rubik, Stinky Pete, Mrs. Davis, Luxo Jr., Slinky Dog, Andy, Lenny. Again, I can tell you that there is at least one pointless answer in there, and there is at least one incorrect answer, which will score you, of course, the maximum of 100 points. Now, Matthew.
But given the low-scoring round, I'm going to have to go with a bit of a gamble, so I'm going to go for Lenny.
You're going to go with Lenny.
Lenny, yes, please.
Is that an informed guess, or...?
It's a gamble.
It's a gamble. There is a red line there for you. You won't be able to see it because it's right at the bottom of the board. You have to score 1 or less with this answer to avoid becoming the high scorers. Let's see if Lenny is a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Lenny. It's correct! Which might be as much as we needed to know. Down it goes. Oh, very good. Matthew, that is a fantastic answer. Lenny scores you 1, which is all it needed to score you. Richard?
Yeah, very, very good answer. Lenny's in both films. Lenny's the pair of binoculars with feet. That's Lenny.
OK, Simon R. Simon G and Caroline are still the highest scorers on 2. You have to score 1 or less to avoid overtaking their score.
I'm caught between 2.
Well, there's at least 1 pointless answer still there and at least 1 incorrect answer. If that helps at all.
I'm going to have a guess. I'll go with Luxo Jr.
Luxo Jr. You have to score 1 or less with Luxo Jr. It has to be correct, obviously. Let's see if Luxo Jr. is correct, and if it is correct, let's see what it scores. Bad luck, I'm afraid. Luxo Jr. is an incorrect answer, which scores you the maximum of 100 points. That takes your total up to 100. Richard?
Yeah, tough luck. Luxo Jr. is the first ever computer animated film that Pixar made about 2 desk lamps.
Bad luck. It's not all over yet, though. Simon G. Simon G. The high scorers are now Simon R. and Craig on 100. You have to score 97 or less with this answer.
There is still a pointless answer up there. I've got no idea what it is, and I think I'm just going to play it safe so that we go through.
There could easily be more than 1 pointless answer.
So what I think I'm going to go for is Stinky Pete.
You're playing it safe.
I'm in lumber.
Let's see if Stinky Pete's going to do it for you. How many of our people said Stinky Pete? It's good, and it's good enough. Wow. A very, very good answer. Stinky Pete scores you 4, takes your total up to 6. Richard?
Yes, Stinky Pete, the old prospector in Toy Story 2, voiced by Kelsey Grammer. Very good answer. Let's take a look through the rest of the board. Andy, he was definitely there. He's the boy who owns all the toys. Slinky Dog, one of those toys. Poor old Rubik. He would have scored you 100 points because he was an incorrect answer. Leaving us with the pointless answer, which is Andy's mum. Mrs. Davis would have added £250 to that jackpot.
Wow, well, there we are. Thanks, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm so sorry to say, it's Simon R. and Craig. You scored a pointless in the first pass. And still...
I got 2 wrong. Oh,
Craig,
well.
you feeling a bit let down?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Oh, well, very best of luck next time. Been lovely having you on the show. You've been fantastic contestants. Thanks so much for playing. But for the remaining 2 pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well done, Matthew, Rob, Caroline and Simon. You've made it through to the head-to-head. Now, obviously, only one pair can make it through to today's final and play for the jackpot, which, in case you'd forgotten, currently stands at £12,250. OK, you're going head-to-head on up to 5 questions. For each question, each pair needs to give me just 1 answer, and you're now allowed to confer. That's the important bit. All you have to do is come up with an answer that scores less than the other pair to win that question. And the first pair to win 3 will be playing for today's jackpot. OK, let's play Pointless. Right, here's your first question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many members of the Sugar Babes as they could. Richard.
We're looking for anybody who's been a member of the Sugar Babes at any time since their formation in 1998. It seems like there's been about 1,400 of them. There's been 6 members of the Sugar Babes. The one piece of good news is we're only looking for first names.
OK, that's good news, isn't it, Matthew and Rob?
Members of the Rolling Stones would be better.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Matthew and Rob, because you've played best throughout the show so far, you get to go first. That's the That's the good news. So why don't you have a little conflab and see if you can come up with a nice obscure member of the Sugar Babes.
Well, we're really struggling here. As Rob said, we would have been a lot better on members of the Rolling Stones. The only one that we can come up with is Mutia Buena.
You're going for Mutia. Good answer. Caroline and Simon have that slightly smug look of people who think they might have a better answer.
Yes, we have.
We're going to go for one of the original ones. The first one to leave was Siobhan.
Siobhan.
Yeah.
Matthew and Rob, you went for Mutia. Let's see if that's a correct answer, and if it is, let's see how many people said it. Not a bad score. Mutia gets you 33. Caroline and Simon have gone for Siobhan. Let's see how many people said Siobhan. Well, it's right, as it should be. Yep, that wins it for you. Siobhan going down to 12. So, after the first question, it is 1-0 to Caroline and Simon. Richard?
Yes, Siobhan, very good answer. She was the first to leave in 2001, very much setting a trend. But there was one answer that would have beaten her, and that was Jade, the newest member of the Sugar Babes, who represented the UK in the Eurovision Song Contest. Then joined the Sugar Babes. Amel there, Keisha, Mutia, and right up the top, Heidi, who's still with them.
OK, thanks very much, Richard. Here is your second question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many planets larger than Earth as they could. Planets larger than Earth. Richard.
Yeah, well, they're simply looking for any planet in our solar system which is larger than Earth. And while they're conferring, see if you can get them all at home.
Right, Caroline and Simon, this time you answer first. So you have a little conference and let us know your answer.
We think there are obviously a few. And we're going to try and find as low scoring as possible and say Mars.
Matthew and Rob?
Well, I think Mars and Pluto are smaller. So I think we've got Venus or Uranus or... Yeah, I'm happy with Venus. Or Jupiter. OK, we've run through a few, as you can hear, and we're going to go with Jupiter.
OK, you are going to go for Jupiter. Simon and Caroline's answer, Mars. Let's see how many people said that and if it is a correct answer. Ah! Oh, dear. That is not correct. OK, let's see how many people said Jupiter. It merely has to be correct, and it is. OK, so after the second question, it is 1-1. 1-1. Richard?
There are 4 planets in the solar system bigger than Earth. Let's take a look at which they are. Neptune would have got you 26, Uranus 37, Saturn 62, and then Jupiter on 67. Well done if you got all 4 of those.
Here is your third question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Sex and the City actresses as they could.
Yeah, looking for the names of the 4 actresses who play the main characters in the film and all the episodes of the TV series Sex and the City.
OK, thank you very much. This time it is Matthew and Rob's turn to go first.
We're struggling a bit on this one, so we're going to have to go with the only one we know, which is Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall, you're going to say. Caroline and Simon.
Obviously, Sarah Jessica Parker is the obvious one, so I don't want to go for that one. So we're going to go for Kirsten Davis, which is the dark
Kirsten
ex-Miss
Davis.
Miss Universe or something in a previous life.
Brilliant. Kirsten Davis, you're going to go for.
Yes.
OK, so we are going with Matthew and Rob's answer first. They said Kim Cattrall. Let's see how many people said Kim Cattrall. $37. OK, 37. And Caroline and Simon have said Kirsten Davis. Let's see if that's correct, and let's see how many people said Kirsten Davis. That is not correct. So I'm afraid to say, Caroline and Simon, that it is now 2-1 to Matthew and Rob. Richard?
Yeah, that's really tough luck. It's Kristen Davis. So Chris, take a look at all 4 of them. You'll see Kristen Davis right at the bottom with just 5 points. She played Charlotte. Cynthia Nixon played Miranda, then Kim Cattrall, who was Samantha on 37, and Sarah Jessica Parker, of course, was Carrie on 50.
Bad luck. OK, so after 3 questions, it is 2-1 to Matthew and Rob. So Caroline and Simon, you have to win this one. OK, no pressure or anything. Right, OK, here's your 4th question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many football teams David Beckham has played for as they could. Richard?
Yeah, we're looking for the name of any professional football team for whom David Beckham has played. We're including teams for whom he's played on loan, but not obviously youth teams and international teams. He has played for 5 professional teams in his career.
Caroline and Simon G, you get to answer first.
I know a really
Good. You've got a good
Okay.
positive.
Right.
Simon sounding very positive on this.
You'll have to join in on this one.
I am 99.99% certain that as a youth player, he played for Preston North End.
Preston North
North
End.
Yeah.
99.99. That's quite certain, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK, Matthew and Rob.
Yeah,
Well-
I mean, that narrows it down to the
other 4.
the only other 4, which is Manchester United,
LA
Real
Galaxy.
Madrid, LA Galaxy, and AC Milan. So of those 4...
None of them are going to beat Preston North End. If
No,
it's
none
the
of them are
correct
going to
answer.
beat Preston, so LA Galaxy.
OK, Caroline and Simon, you said Preston North End. Let's see how many people said Preston North End. Look at that! An impressive low score for Preston North End. Matthew and Rob are saying LA Galaxy. Let's see how many people said LA Galaxy. Well, very, very exciting now. After the 4th question, it is 2-all. 2-all. Richard?
Let's take a look at all 5 of them. I think we've heard them all mentioned. There's Preston North End on 8, AC Milan 37, LA Galaxy 42, then Real Madrid and Man United, unsurprisingly, right at the top there with 89.
So after 4 questions, it is 2-all. We're even Stevens. Whoever wins this gets through to the final and has a chance to win £12,250. OK, here is your 5th question. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many Indiana Jones films as they could. Richard?
Yeah, good luck to you all. We're looking for the names of any of the 4 Indiana Jones films starring Harrison Ford. Which of those 4 is the most obscure?
OK, Matthew and Rob, you are to go first.
OK, just go with that. Yeah.
So Matthew and Rob, what are you going to go for?
We're going with Crystal Skull, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
OK, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. Caroline and Simon?
In which case, we're going to go for number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, cheers.
Okay. Which is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
The Last Crusade. OK, so we have the Crystal Skull and the Last Crusade. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, if it is a correct answer. Wow. Caroline and Simon, you have said The Last Crusade. This merely has to be correct, obviously. That's all we need at this stage. Let's see how many people said Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, and if it is a correct answer. Yep. That'll do. That scores 18, which means after the fifth and final question, Caroline and Simon are through to the final, 3-2. Richard.
Yeah, how about that? Knocked out in the first round last time and all the way through to the final this time. It's brilliantly played. Guys, it was Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That's the name of the film. That's why we didn't give that. Let's take a look at all four of the films, see how they scored. The Last Crusade was far and away the best answer you could have given, with 18 there. The original Raiders of the Lost Ark is only in third. Then The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and the most popular of all was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
OK, thanks, Richard. So the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, is Matthew and Rob. Dear, oh dear. That was really tough. It was a nail-biting head-to-head there.
Yeah. Well played to the guys. Yeah, that was really well played.
Yeah, very, very tough indeed. Well, you've been fantastic contestants. You've come all the way to the head-to-head, so near to that final. But you do come back, of course. We will see you again. Everyone gets 2 shots at the final. And I'm sure next time you will do equally well, if not better. Thanks so much for playing. You've been wonderful contestants. Thank you.
Thank you.
But for Caroline and Simon, it's now time for our pointless final and the chance to win £12,250. So, congratulations, Caroline and Simon. You've seen off all the competition and you've won our coveted pointless trophy. Now you've got a chance to win our pointless jackpot. At the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at an impressive, unbelievable £12,250. OK, the rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. That's an answer no one could think of. We've had 2 pointless answers on the show today. You didn't give us either of those, but let's hope you can find one now together. Firstly, you've got to choose a category from these 3 options. Now, you can go for basketball, contemporary artists, or currencies.
Nice.
OK. Any of those play to your strengths?
Absolutely not.
No. No, none
Okay.
at all. Your choice.
No.
All on you.
Thanks. No, you choose.
OK. Well, with that in mind, let's go for currencies.
Ooh.
Currencies, says Simon. Ooh, says Caroline. OK, let's find out what the question is. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many countries that use a dollar as they could. Countries that use a dollar. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any country that uses a non-US dollar as its main unit of currency. That is, obviously, we wouldn't accept America or any countries that use the US dollar like Ecuador, but there are 25 countries in the world that use a non-US dollar as their currency. As always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that is a member of the UN.
OK, thanks, Richard. Right, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers, and all you need to win £12,250 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Your 60 seconds start now.
Do you have a clue?
Not a pointless one.
Go on.
Right. Definitely Australia, definitely Canada, definitely New Zealand. I'd have a punt on Hong Kong, but I don't think that's going to be pointless.
I haven't got a clue.
Should we, if we go for
Geography
one
again,
that's down that way, right?
Yeah.
One that's like
Singapore.
just out of nowhere, Tuvalu.
Who?
Tuvalu, it's down it's in Australia sort of region, I think.
Okay.
I haven't got a clue.
you've got
But
a
if it's
clue.
that area, it might be a dollar.
Tuvalu.
Tuvalu.
Never heard of it.
But I'm thinking with
10.
Tuvalu, if it's that down that way, and they all
Should we do
use
that?
dollars. Should we do that?
Yeah, let's go for it. Go
New
on.
Zealand, Hong Kong, Tuvalu.
And Tuvalu.
OK, you've come up with your 3 answers just as we come to the end of the minute. What are they?
Hong Kong,
Hong Kong,
Tuvalu,
Tuvalu,
and New Zealand.
and New Zealand. OK, of these 3, which would you say was your most confident punt at a pointless answer?
None of them at all. If any of them is going to be pointless, if it's correct, Tuvalu will be the pointless one.
Should we put that one third then?
Okay. Yeah.
What's your least confident answer?
New Zealand.
New Zealand. OK, so we'll put New Zealand first, we'll put Hong Kong second, we'll put Tuvalu third. Now, you only need to find 1 pointless answer. You've given 3 potential pointless answers. You only need to find 1 to win that £12,250 jackpot. So let's see how many people said your first answer, New Zealand. Well, it's not a bad answer. Down it goes. This is your first shot at £12,250. 20. This was the answer you had the least faith in. Yeah. So, I mean, you knew it was going to do that. You'd be very surprised if that had been pointless. OK. We're looking for countries that use a dollar. Let's hope nobody said your next answer, Hong Kong. Let's hope it's correct as well, obviously. Hong Kong dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I just thought, is
Sounds
it a sovereign state?
very good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it part of UN?
I think it's part of China.
This has to be pointless, obviously. It has to be pointless. It has to go all the way down, and it has to be correct. OK, let's see how many people said Hong Kong, and if Hong Kong is a correct answer. Bad luck, bad luck. I'm afraid Hong Kong is incorrect, so it's not a pointless answer. Tuvalu. It's a tiny, tiny place, Tuvalu, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
I think it's Australasia way. I think it's around that way.
South Pacific.
Yeah, I think.
OK, well, you only have one final chance to win the jackpot. And you've taken a punt on Tuvalu. We are looking for countries that use a dollar. You said this was the answer that you were most confident with. You had most faith in this answer, if it was correct.
Yeah.
Right, Tuvalu, Tuvalu. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Tuvalu. This has to be pointless. I almost can't look. It's right.
Oh, no way.
It's a right answer.
Oh, please, 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 please.
This for £12,250. If this goes all the way down, you're walking away with £12,250. Well done. Well, well done. Wow. Blimey, congratulations. You managed to find that all-important pointless answer, which means you go home with a jackpot of £12,250. Fantastic. That was just the biggest stab in the dark ever, wasn't it?
Well, that's quite a punt, Simon. Congratulations. Very, very well done. Yeah, Tuvalu, they use the Australian dollar and the Tuvaluan dollar. Hong Kong, we didn't allow you because Hong Kong is not a country, as you say, it's part of China. That's really, really, really well done. Great logic. Very, very well-deserved win.
Well, thanks once again to our winning players, Caroline and Simon, who go away with today's jackpot of £12,250, one of our biggest ever jackpots. Join us next time when we put more obscure knowledge to the test on Pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.